All right, all conversations included in this podcast are meant to be viewed as improvisational theater/comedy and are not inherently truthful to reality unless otherwise specified. In addition, all drug use included in this media is imitation for the sake of evolving a plot theatrically. And welcome to the Bool Zone.
Welcome to the Bool Zone, guys.
Welcome to the Bool.
So, today, what's up?
I was saying that it's featuring Kieran's first beer in the Bool.
Yes, I have never
This is
drank
definitely
before.
not the first beer.
Definitely not even on the podcast. I've done this a few times now. I think one podcast episode I got through 3 by accident, just like not counting how many I was picking up.
Dude, honestly, I believe it.
Save the accidents for the pen, man.
Accident? Nah.
No.
In the words of that little Mexican girl, porque no los dos, just both. You know?
I have no idea where that's from.
Why can't we have both?
Yeah, the tortillas, dude. Porque no los dos.
I use Del Monte myself, so I wouldn't know.
You use what?
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, I'll be honest. I'm fully out of this.
So, how you guys been today? It's a little late right now. No.
Ew.
It is 1:30 for two of us.
Yeah, it's a little late.
It's 10:30 for me. I went into the city today to get dinner, and I just feel like I haven't been in Seattle enough like the city, because it's kind of weird. Like the nightlife is kind of weird.
You live in a very nice city, and you don't take advantage of it.
Yeah, wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what'd you do?
But like, I just went to a bar and got like food, but like afterwards we went to another bar to check it out, and we couldn't get in because we didn't have our vaccination cards on us. But so we just walked around like the strip of the bars for a little bit, and there's just like the weirdest shit. There's like a folk punk band like playing for money on the corner, and then like across the street there's like a dude selling poetry. I don't know how
poetry. Was it like on a fucking scroll?
That actually,
he had a typewriter.
All right,
that's pretty in line with hipster. That's pretty in line with hipster cities, man. Asheville, North Carolina is the same way, where it's all like weird hipsters, a lot of poetry just being sold on the side of the road.
It was actually weird.
Motherfucking court jester on the goddamn side of Pacific and North. Do you have the time for a poem?
Shall you buy
if
my
you solve
wares?
this riddle,
shall you buy my way? What are you
There's
wearing?
the Museum of Modern Pop or some. It's called Mopop. I don't know what it stands for, but I haven't gone to it yet. But apparently, there's a Minecraft museum.
Oh no!
I better see Captain Sparkles in there, man.
Yeah, fair
Most
enough.
innovative.
I mean,
magician.
he is probably a big part of Minecraft's success. Like, I think if anything, like sort of like continued on Minecraft's success, it was Minecraft YouTubers, and there's the sheer fucking quantity of them.
I think it's wild how PewDiePie was just like, I'm gonna play Minecraft, and then the internet was just like, Minecraft is a thing? I forgot about that.
Yeah,
and it's like the second wave just exploded.
You know, he also boosted the sales of Skate 3 so high that they remade the cover and started reselling the game.
No way.
You know,
like the cover that most people know for Skate 3 was actually a redone cover after PewDiePie repopularized it.
I'm thinking of the one where it's like the dude's jumping off of a slope. Does that make sense? Is that that doesn't make sense? But is that the remake? Or
I don't remember which one.
I will look it up.
That's fucking insane.
I think it's just like even like I noticed recently, Shroud has been playing DayZ, and now DayZ's popular. Like it's just like kind of crazy how much influence some of these people have.
Influencers.
Yeah, PewDiePie also did the same thing with PUBG, but the way it happened was
PUBG, Bridge, PewDiePie.
Oh, shit.
You can't bring that back though. That game's fucking dead.
Yeah, that game, I want it to be good so bad.
I bought it, played 3 games, and quit. I was like, nah.
That sounds about right. I bought it from one of my friends, and he played 2 hours and 3 minutes of it, so I couldn't refund it. And then determined that he hated it at that point. I'm like, alright, fucking alright.
Yeah.
Yep.
I used to play PUBG back when it was like all buggy and broken, and it was fun.
I kind of liked it.
Dude, like when you lag so hard, you could drive through buildings, so you could just like...
That's still a thing.
Yeah, that's still kind of a thing.
That's still a thing.
It just happens less now, so improvement,
I've never seen that.
And it's not lag based anymore either. Sometimes you just clip through everything.
I haven't seen that either. Wait, what the fuck?
PUBG
Is this
like
PUBG on
still-
console or is this PUBG on PC?
I think that's console. Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
It's so weird to me that like PUBG Mobile's it's based on the same idea, but it's an inherently different game. Like I get why they call it PUBG, but it's just not.
Is it a different game? I played
It
PUBG
is-
Mobile when it came out, and it was pretty much PUBG.
It is the way you play it is so just different than the way that you play console or PC PUBG. Like
Apparently, Apex is a thing now on phone as well.
really, I know it's on
Really?
Switch.
And I saw like a clip of someone doing gameplay for that. It's completely different.
Really,
The same thing. I think it's just mobile in general is just because of the way.
yeah,
the
you're
controls are
working
and
with
everything.
you're working within the limitation of touch for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever played like a mobile FPS game, but it's really hard to get that like proper range of motion with a fucking touch screen.
I feel like
Like-
you could go the new Steam Deck route where you can like you have the joystick on screen, but you can also like move around for slight aim changes.
Screw the
I feel like
Switch,
that'd
get
be
the
even
Steam
harder,
Deck,
dude.
play
Because then
Pokemon
every time you
Fire Red.
play your shit, you'd have to be like sitting upright with it out. You couldn't like play
you
laying
sneeze
down.
and you
That's
just
true, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking headshot your teammate.
You're trying to play like your parents are driving and you're just in the back of the
Oh fuck! I'm pumped.
fucking-
Goddamn.
Oh yeah.
I keep missing off.
Yeah, you could
Yeah,
be
better
playing
hope
like
you
a
don't
ra-
have Tourette's.
you'd be
not
playing a
Tourette's,
racing game.
tremors?
Oh, fuck.
Parkinson's.
This is lag. Or what were
Yeah,
you
this
saying,
is-
Kieran?
I was just saying, better hope you don't have Parkinson's. but I feel like I probably shouldn't say that anyway. So
Imagine you're in the car playing like a racing game, and then your dad hits a bump, and then you crash, and then you fucking freak out, and then he crashes. So it's like, your video game caused like an IRL crash. Be kind of lit. I can see the headline right now.
video games
Grid
do
2
cause violence.
Grid 2 accident transpires into real life.
Oh, that's the thing. I really want to play Grid 2 on that new Steam. I already have mine. Like, I paid the $5 to have a slot for it. So, whenever I can actually buy it,
Sick.
I will.
Hell yeah. Dude, that shit
That's
looks
true.
kind of sick.
That reminded me, my dad caused the worst accident in my town's like history ever.
No way.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know all the gritty details, but my dad's a truck driver, or like he is right now, and he something with he drives like a flatbed truck, and basically he's like transferring these big like metal tubes. I think it's like the ones that like are usually like under a
Giant
little piece of
PVC
like
construction.
no, like the drain pipe ones, kind of that like you'll see like in parks and stuff to like
Yeah.
and they're like metal usually, but like you put earth over it, but they're huge, and
Yeah.
I guess they didn't strap him down right, and he went to turn on like the main intersection of my town, and it snapped, and they all rolled off.
It seems like
And
a-
yeah,
Damn.
it was huge. It caused a huge backup for hours.
Did those things like fuck up cars? Like those two?
Probably needed
I don't
a crane
know.
for
I don't
that.
know. I don't know.
Out and your
Actually,
fucking little Fiat's crushed by a fucking tube.
That's,
if it's like that corrugated metal, it's probably not that heavy. But I feel like you'd only barely topple over if it
Yeah,
hit you.
but when you have those, it's not just like 2 or 3 on the flatbed truck. It's like
That's true, yeah.
20
they're-
of them bitches.
Yeah, I might be a little heavier, I guess. That's true.
but that's like the worst driver. He's like crashed like every car he's ever owned. Like
Who?
my dad, he's like the
Oh,
worst
really?
driver. I mean, not only is he a truck driver, but like just regular driving, he's horrible. He bought a truck. I remember when I was a kid, he bought a truck, and then like the day after, he hit a deer. It was like the
Well,
day
that's
after
not
he
his
bought the truck.
fault.
Well, no, but that's so
fuck
bad
that.
luck.
It's his fault. I don't give a shit.
Really? You gonna take that?
Yeah,
route?
dude, I don't care. He well, was driving his car, backed into my car, tried to blame it on me.
Really?
I was like, I was asleep. He woke me up. He was like, "Why the fuck did you park behind me?" He woke me up like pissed. I was like, "What do you mean? Why did I park? Because that's where I park. I park behind you." He was like, "Yeah, well, I backed into your car." And I was like,
he was mad at
okay,
you
he was
for the
like-
dumb thing he did.
I was like,
What the
"Okay,
fuck?
like, is it all right?" Like, he's like, "Yeah, it's just a couple dents, but it's like, why did you park behind me?" It's like,
Why'd you
how
back
is it
into
my
me?
fault? Yeah, how is it my fault? You failed to first off walk out the front door and not see my car parked behind your car, but then also when you back up, just fail to look behind you at all. Like,
Fuck.
My favorite
Nah.
thing.
That's one of those situations where you couldn't even say that he has a bad track record because he couldn't even drive on a track at that point. He's just that bad.
Yeah, He has a bad record at that point.
I'm a horrible
just a bad
driver,
record.
but I've never been in an accident or caused an accident or been driving while an accident occurred.
I think I'm pretty good as a driver. I do it very often, so
That's true.
never
You're
been in an accident either.
If anyone's.
You have
there's
the
some
Asian
really
going
dumb
against you though, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be worse. It could be a girl
What
and
about-
Asian.
but-
Yikes.
Ooh.
yeah.
And
What
old.
about you, Parker? Are you a good driver or?
Oh, I don't drive.
Conceptually
Enough.
good or
Okay, I've gone out with my dad, and we don't die, and he doesn't yell at me, so I'm assuming I'm doing things right.
yeah, it's pretty good. That's kind of the same way I am. Like I'm not that bad. But,
My dad was screaming at me. I couldn't do it. I had someone.
yeah.
Well, not when I was regulated. When I first started driving automatic, easy. When I went to go drive a stick shift,
Yeah, I feel like
that's when my dad was. It was intense. I couldn't do it. Me and my dad like almost fucking threw fists over me trying to learn how to drive a stick.
I haven't tried to learn stick yet. I'm just chilling
same.
with the other stuff first.
Stick is not hard. My aunt taught me like literally 10 minutes. She took me to a slight hill and then she taught me how to balance on the hill. And then once you figure that out, it's over. You can just drive stick. It's immediately like that.
I don't know. It feels like one more thing that I have to like use mental capacity to like figure out. And when I'm driving, I'm already like lacking that.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
look
but once you
cra-
get it, it's muscle memory.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
I
look
guess it's true.
crazy when I'm driving stick shift because I'm on my phone, I'm drinking, I'm smoking, I'm fucking stick shifting, like I'm doing like 500 things. Like my hands are. You would think I had like 3 arms, but I'm just doing everything. Like
Bro, I don't even feel comfortable turning on music at the moment in the car if I'm driving.
really?
Yeah.
No, because I can't stand driving. It's like my least favorite thing. That's why I bike to work every day, my guy.
Okay,
It's
driving.
Other than it being faster to get there by bike, but you know.
I don't know if I've told you guys. I can't. So like for a while, I had I had a learner's permit, and in this state, on a learner's permit, you can drive normally. And you just nobody else in the car. You can drive whatever.
Oh, okay. No
Um,
restrictions.
No restrictions. I recently realized those expire after a year, and you have to retake the test to get another one. Did not realize that was a thing. They are currently booked through on appointments through like next December, or like not next, but December. So I will be biking places for a little bit
Hey, let's
while
go.
I wait for that.
You're gonna
Yeah.
look
Be
like you
honest,
got fucking a DUI everywhere.
Literally,
I'll be
I-
honest,
so, like-
I don't think I could pass a driver's test.
I fucking can't. Like I failed it twice when I went to go get it.
I
Like
really-
my third one
I
was when I
honestly think I
passed
could.
it. Yeah.
I don't think I could pass one right now. It's been too long. I studied for it and I passed it like first time. It wasn't that hard, honestly. It's most of it's common sense. I feel like,
Yeah.
but like honestly, like what was it the other? I remember when I was like not the other day, but like it was a couple of years ago. There was a blinking red light, a train, and I drove through it.
Ooh.
You're not supposed to do that.
No.
So
Yeah. No,
I didn't know that. I thought blinking was like just look both ways and you're good. Like
oh, homie.
it's not.
No.
Bro, wait,
no.
are those things down that don't let you
Not
cross?
So those are
so
not
this is what I
attended.
found out.
Those are not attended crosses.
Those are not at every train stop. That's what I found out.
No. There's one
Well,
here.
they
That's
have-
not-
They have the 2 loud bells and the flashing lights.
no, mine just has flashing lights, not bells.
Just
so like you
the
would
light
you wouldn't
is the only thing
necessarily be
required.
that.
You don't need the
Fucking whack shit
arms.
You guys have.
It's a little
Yeah.
middle of nowhere is kind of
Well, like,
budget.
people
Yeah.
die all the time, like
Budget.
in like Iowa, like corn
Yeah.
fuck nowhere. Like they're just driving on the back road at 3 a.m. and then they're not paying attention and they just hit the side of a train because there's all they have is a flashing red light, no bar, no noise, nothing. And they're like,
in most of
drunk or
Europe, you
sleeping.
have to have those because the trains go so fucking fast. Like the trains will be there and pass fully through in a second at most. So like you have to have crossings like that. But yeah, no. The first time I failed my driver's test, it's because I forgot what a yield sign looks like. And they give you
Triangle.
10. Well, no. Here's the thing, right? They give you 10 signed photos, and they're like, all right, match them. If you fail one of them, if you get one of those wrong, you can't even progress on in the test. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Aw.
I just like upside down triangle, fucking I don't know, warning sign. Like it didn't register that it was a yield sign.
Oh,
well,
Oops.
Warning yield. It's kind of same.
Yeah, they're kind of synonyms. I agree. That test was fucked. And then the second time was because I missed it by one question, and it's because I forgot what a military or what I was supposed to do in the event of a military convoy.
Oh yeah,
Pull over to the side.
Pull over to the side's the answer. I thought it was stay in your lane and drive faster or something like that. So that's what I put.
What the fuck?
Hey,
Well, because fucking I don't know.
if it makes you feel better, my older cousin, when she took her permit test, or like the multiple questions one, there was a question that said, if you are driving up and there was a blind person walking across the intersection, what do you do? And the answers were stop and wait, honk at them, signal, and something else.
Signal.
And she registered it as there being a deaf person, and still clicked and still chose honk at them. And failed the test.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so I'll at some point have to go and get my full license.
Damn, I passed my shit on the first try. What the fuck?
Really?
I did too. I don't get it.
I don't know. I have a lot of friends. It's pretty strict here. A lot of friends.
It's real easy to just go online and go permit test.
Oh wait, no, I'm talking about the driving test. Like I passed the written and driving on first try.
The in-car, I feel like will be easy for me. Like that's fine. That's not a problem. It's just like
you think it is, but you don't understand these people. They're a little weird.
Yeah, that's probably true. But
I remember when I took my class, because I didn't take mine. Well, at least in Delaware, what's normal is you take your driver's course in school. Yeah. I found out that's not normal.
That's what I did. Yeah,
that's what I did. Yeah.
And some places, schools don't offer driver's courses. You have to take you have to go somewhere else.
No,
I had to take it.
Hart doesn't. The school that I went to, they didn't have a driver's program.
Really?
They actually they partnered with a company that all the high schools around us partnered with, and it was like you could volunteer to teach other people how to drive if you already had your license in high school.
Huh.
That was really it.
I went through like a third party company. And I remember I had to like go on like test drives with this dude, and he would just talk to me about his fucking divorce and how his fucking daughter hated him. And I'm like fucking like 16, and I'm just like, I'm already kind of nervous because I'm driving. I didn't like really find driving that hard, but like it was just like, I'm nervous. I'm trying to make sure I don't fuck up, and I'm just like watching the road, and he's just like fucking basically treating me as like a fucking therapist as I'm trying to drive, dude. I was just like, shit, dude. Like, and what am I supposed to say? I'm like 16. Like, what advice am I supposed to give?
Yeah. You ever have that in Uber where like the driver starts oversharing awkwardly, and it's like, bro, I just want to go somewhere. Like, stop talking to me.
You know what I have had,
Uber, dude.
The 2 or 3 times that I have taken an Uber, they've played like really, really loud, like club/deep house music.
Yeah, you get some of that.
And then they kind of lean back and they're like, so where'd you just come from? As if they didn't just pick me up. And I'm like, all right.
Oh, that's pretty. I always talk to the Uber guy. I just like make small talk.
Well, yeah, I'll do that, but like, I mean, like, I've had it twice now where somebody has just like gone into their personal life. He's like, yeah, man, my wife and I aren't doing too well, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, really?
I'm okay.
I don't know if that is worse or better than okay, sorry, really quick tangent. Back to the driving stuff. My little brother's one of his best friends was taking driving classes, and this dude was like, okay, we're gonna go on the freeway now. So like he chooses like really soothing music, and it's this like 60-year-old Indian guy that's just not even in the passenger seat. He was sitting in the middle back seat.
He was that scared.
He said, I want all the airbags.
He was like, yeah, man, all the protection, all the distance from the windshield.
He says, all right, so we're going to go onto the freeway here. And then he says like to switch lanes like once or twice. Fucking passed out in the back seat. So my buddy just ended up driving for an hour and a half straight down the freeway. Because he was just like didn't know what to do. And so the dude woke up and was like, "Where are we?" It's like, "I don't know." He goes, "Why are we here?" "I don't know. You didn't tell me where to go." He goes, "Get off the freeway." "What? How?"
Ooh.
Did he pass?
What?
I mean, it was just a class, but
Oh.
literally the instructor passed out and just left him to drive for the first time ever on the freeway for
Jesus.
2 hours total before they had to turn back.
Yeah, my driving course was just like, because I did my test in high school, like the written thing, and then I did my driving course when I was like 17.
They are separate here. So like I had my course at school, and then I have to go to the DMV and take the test.
Yeah, that's what I did. I
Yeah.
had the like online. I had the test, like the written test, at the app school, and then when I went to the DMV, like I had a little card that said I passed the written test already.
We didn't have that. I have to go to the DMV to take the test.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
DMV for both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My driving test wasn't hard. It took like 15 minutes. And you just go around like this little, they have like a little cul-de-sac you drive around, and they like a yield sign, a four-way stop, and then you just come back, parallel park, and then you're done. But
Damn, I wish it was that easy here.
Yeah, it's definitely not that easy here.
Parallel park is always the big one that gets people.
nah, dude, I found my dad showed me this fucking life hack. So you pull up
What?
like parallel to the car in front of you, and then you just turn your steering wheel like the entire way, and then you kind of like nose back, and then you can just like do the little slide. But
yeah,
it's like,
I mean, yeah, mine's like kind of the same. I always try to line up my back wheel to the middle of the car in front of me, I think, if I remember. And then you just, not hard.
yeah, I parallel park a lot with my job, so it's like I got pretty good at doing it.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Oh man, dude, fuck, I love driving. You guys like? Oh well, Parker hates driving. Actually, I'm in a fucking Discord call
I'm
with a bunch of
so
non-drivers.
anxious.
Yeah.
with a
I'm
bunch
so
of
anxious when I
children in here.
drive.
I like driving. I like long trips. I like road trips.
I like
yeah,
sitting in
the
the passenger
long
seat
trips in
and
the passenger seat.
I've done a lot of longer trips by myself. Like, well, not longer, but I mean, the longest I did was Miami to Maine over like 2 days
That's pretty far.
or
That's
3 days. I mean, it's the whole fucking
Yeah,
side of the
full-
United
yeah.
States.
whole Eastern
You
Seaboard.
did that in
That's
3
pretty-
days.
I think so, if
That's
I remember correctly.
really good speeds.
And then I did Miami to Delaware, which is still really, it's like a 20-hour trip, but we did it in like 1 day.
Damn.
Me and my
shit.
brother.
The speed run.
Jeez.
You take shifts on the driving?
Yeah, we did.
Damn, 20 hours is not even that bad. Just straight.
Cannonball's 23.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd love to do a cannonball. If I
I
had
would
like the
too.
money to like trick out a car, that'd be sick.
Would
as
you ever
fuck.
do cross-country trip, like east to west coast, like for fun?
Yeah, if I
Well,
could do it in
alright, so
exactly
ready?
20 hours and 3 minutes.
This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm
Brandon
doing.
is.
Buy the Evo. I'm gonna drive it across the country.
Evos aren't particularly comfortable cars, though, are they?
Huh? It's a 4-door sedan.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I always had a weird dream to build like an adventure school bus. Have you seen like you know,
Yeah.
these things?
Dude, I would love to live in a school bus. Like, I work remotely. I could easily live in like a converted bus or van.
I would
Just,
love to
like,
do that.
Go anywhere.
Yeah.
As long as I got internet.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, to work, I need
That's the
internet.
hardest
That's it.
part.
Well, with that new Elon Musk
Oh, Starlink.
Starlink, yeah, it's like $100 a month, $500 for the satellite.
Yeah, but I think you have to be stationary.
No, there's
No,
somebody
no.
who mounted it to.
You can mount it to like a bus.
I'm pretty sure. Here, I'll look real quick, but I'm pretty
Is the
sure I saw a
height
video.
high enough though? Because when you're normally mounting
you can have
the
that shit in
satellite
your
dishes,
house. You mount them on your house.
I've actually done a lot of research into this topic. I know that there's a company that's making like internet for, it's like technically for like remote places. Like it's not centered around like bus people, but bus people have been using it, you know? But it's centered around like people in remote places, like way into the woods, or like another was like
Is it like
Antarctica and shit
HughesNet?
that. Pardon?
It's something called HughesNet that a lot of people use. Like
Yeah, I
They-
think so, maybe.
yeah, they use it like a lot of school bus renos.
There's a dude on YouTube who's a gamer and he lives in a bus and he has a video on it. You can watch it. But because he's like the only bus setup that I've seen where it had like a dedicated desk gaming area.
Yeah.
For computer games, and he goes a lot into he goes into a lot of detail about it. Like he has like a couple of videos on it.
But
I
like,
think I
his
know who you're
setup.
talking about. Does he have like a dog bed underneath his bed?
I
And
think
like, it's like
so,
yeah,
yeah.
I've seen that guy's videos. Yeah, that's like one of the
is it
things.
the guy who
that's,
looks like a Viking?
I think he does,
He
yeah.
kind of does.
I mean, they all fucking look a little
Yeah, they all look a
nomadic.
little rough. Like you're living out in the middle of nowhere, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could
That-
totally see myself being happy doing that.
I would do it. Just a big thing for me would be this like snowboarding aspect, being able to
Yeah.
like fucking, even if I wasn't doing like living in a bus full time, like, and I had a super sick setup, like if it was more like a shittier setup and I could just, but I was only repping it for like a couple months just to go snowboarding, like for a couple months
I mean-
straight, like that would be so sick.
And that's
There's
you could do that with
there's
like
a video
truck.
of this dude that built like his own, like I guess it was like more of a tiny home, but he built his own house specifically for snowboarding, and like designed all the windows so that like the light would hit at certain times, certain parts of the room in different ways.
Oh,
I've seen
that. I've
It's like a 20-minute. Yeah,
Yeah,
He
that
is,
guy's he put a lot of thought into it. It's a really cool video.
super cool. 20 like a
Yes.
20-minute video.
You guys ever seen the video on YouTube of a guy who he like rented out a storage unit and then tricked it out to be a room?
That's like super illegal, isn't it?
Yeah, I've
well,
seen
yeah,
people
it
do that
totally is.
before, though.
But no,
It's
but
just,
this was like a
huge
sick as
safety
fuck
hazard.
setup. Oh, it's so incredibly is. He ran power in. He had an antenna outside his door. He only lived there for 2 months when he was in between houses, but like had a TV, a gaming PC, a mini fridge, and like a water kettle.
Living
It is a
lavish.
sick ass.
I'm not
fucking
gonna lie, I
setup.
could live like that for. a
If
good
I needed to
while.
for like 2 months, like especially between houses or whatever, I could totally do that. That sounds honestly kind of fun.
Dude, I would love to do bus reno shit, but I gotta find a remote ass job.
Yeah, I mean,
That's kinda
there's
hard.
a lot of them. No, there is honestly any job or like a lot of tech companies right now are moving into remote only because over quarantine they realized it just works. They can save on
Yeah.
office space and like everything I need to do for work, I can do on this anyway.
Mhm.
At the
That's
end
like one of the
day,
good
like,
things coming out of COVID is all these companies realizing
Yeah.
like productivity, basically like shortcuts. Like they're like, oh, maybe we don't need all these people working at a time because we're
'Cause-
we're doing the same task without these people, which kind of sucks because some people are getting fired and shit, but they're also finding other solutions like around and stuff like people working from home
Yeah.
and
I just
shit like that.
found it interesting because for so many years the goal is to make like the office space as comfortable as possible. No one's gonna be more comfortable than in their own fucking homes, right?
Mhm.
It makes so much sense to have. They're more productive at home. They're not talking to coworkers like at the water fountain style. You know what I mean? People are more
And-
productive.
On that focus of comfortability and stuff, from my perspective, because I am architecture designing, I had to design a bunch of office spaces. It's a nightmare
Oh,
because
yeah.
you have to design what is effectively an open plan living room
Mhm.
in the center of an office that is also open plan while focusing on the space limitations while keeping everything max distance apart, because that's what most companies want now.
Yeah.
It's a much more of a challenge than it was before, because you got to figure out all these new things that everyone
I never thought of it. I never thought of like office spaces like that. But I do remember like watching. I always thought I found it interesting like watching some game developer blogs and stuff. There and them talking about like, oh, like, well, this guy's working on this and stuff, and like how they would kind of communicate. Because I didn't realize, like, at least when it comes to developing games, how crazy it must be to be putting everything together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
man.
that's probably
any
the hardest
software
part.
development job that's part
you
of
need
what I
people
do.
to design the
Um,
houses inside the games. You
So it's
need
not even
people-
that. So it's actually a process called integration, and that's like part of what I do. And yeah, it's literally just like taking different code bases that work independently of each other and piecing them together like puzzles.
Yeah, because like you have each department, right? Like, oh, these people are gonna
Yeah.
do the character designs, and these people are gonna do like the actual like textures and shit, and then but then the sound and the
Mhm.
coding and the mapping, and this person is literally just drawing maps all day. It's like I don't understand how these people are literally just coming together and putting it all like.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy. I didn't think about it, but I was watching this video. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, that's kind of
That's
wild.
where you have to have they're called, I mean, they're like productivity methodologies. The one that like we use the word is called agile, and it's literally just like project management and project tracking, and making sure that everybody knows what everybody else is working on, and also like what elements need to be done by other teams by literally tagging other teams like as a group or individuals. It's like the only way that you can maintain like these massive projects with large teams.
That actually reminds me, there was a study done by like an Australian company where he paid his workers still a 40-hour week, like 8 hours. Normally you get 8 hours 5 times a week, so 9 to 5. He basically just did the same pay and everything, but he gave them an extra day off. So they only worked 4 days a week, still got paid for 5, and they could put their extra day off anywhere they wanted. They could put it like in Wednesday, so they worked 2 days, had 1 day off, and then worked 2 days, and then had 2 days off. Or they could put it like on a Friday or like a Monday, so it was like work 4 days, have off 3. But this company found that it was actually like a huge success. Like their people were more productive because they had less time to do their work, so they were actually working when they were at work, and then they're more happy because, to be honest, you kind of need like a chore day, right? You need like like I think the whole world should operate like this, because you kind of need like.
I agree. Like you can't go to like the post office on a Saturday or Sunday. Like it'd be so great to have a Tuesday off so you can go do normal person things.
Just anything. Like you need to, you have a dentist appointment or whatever. You just have it scheduled. You need like a chore day where you got to do your laundry. You got to do like dishes or
groceries,
all that stuff, like meal prep, whatever. Like all that stuff. Like you have to handle bank issues, like anything. You need like a chore day. I feel like everyone needs like a chore day. Like my chore day is usually Sunday. That's why like my bed doesn't have a fucking sheet on it, because tomorrow I'm about to clean my carpets.
And also a dog pissed on your bed. So
yeah, also a dog fucking pissed on my bed, so I've been sleeping on the
second time
floor.
this week. God damn it! Literally.
Damn, it looks like that dog's more alpha, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, you're getting fucking played right now.
I was wondering if it's because maybe because I got this. It's like one of the memory foam mattresses that are like packaged up, and then you cut it open, but it's supposed to like release fumes and shit.
Yeah.
I was wondering if the fumes is what is causing the animals to be like, oh fuck that, and
maybe, or they're just like showing their dominance on you, Logan.
Yeah,
bro, I'm about to start pissing all over the place. No way.
Piss on their beds.
Go and
like,
piss right now. Cat. Go and piss on their fucking beds. Go and piss on the animal beds.
Bro, I bought the cats a cat bed because they were always on my desk. So I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm not gonna let them on my desk. Why would you
go through that trouble?
Yeah.
What do you mean? They were on my desk. I didn't want them to be on my desk, so I buy them a cat bed. They sit in the cat bed, not on my desk.
Do they sit in the cat bed though?
No, they fucking pissed on it immediately.
Yeah. Why would you go through the trouble? Buy them a bag. Give them a bag. They will be happy.
I'm a cat person, but cats are assholes. Like, I like cats. They're assholes though. Terrible.
Oh, I love cats. They're actually, honestly, low-key, I think I like them more than dogs at this point.
I think that cats are better than dogs, but at the same point, like, they're assholes.
I don't. No, honestly, I'm just over. Honestly, I'm over pets. I've had pets my entire life. My family has had pets. Like, I live with roommates that have pets. I'm just so fucking tired of animals, dude. Like, I don't want any pets. My kids are gonna fucking hate me because I'm not letting them get a fuck. I think a cat.
I think a cat is the best solution.
Heat or something. Yeah.
Turtles. Just saying.
No,
those smell so bad.
They don't smell. They do not smell.
They do.
Bro, turtles are so lame. I have three of them. When your friend comes over, what are you gonna do? Just tell him how old the turtle is?
No. As somebody who has a turtle, I will tell you: have them try to feed them with their hands, knowing that they'll get bit. It's great. It is a great pastime.
Your turtle's gonna get put down.
I know. I'm saying this
what the fuck?
But no, they can't break skin because they're like kind of small. But like their bites hurt a little bit. It's funny.
And before, like,
it's also fun to like feed them, like
punch the turtle in the face.
It's fun to hand feed them.
Do you guys have any like weird, not like fears? I guess I would say like anything you're really particular about, like that kind of freak you out. Like for example, for me, snapping turtles. I'm so afraid of getting a fucking.
Those can take off a thumb. Yeah,
they can take off a toe or a thumb or anything, bro. There used to be a huge one that lived in the creek near my house, and
Brandon, spiders. I have a story for you.
I fucking hate spiders.
Yeah, so I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm scared of bugs or anything in general, in that sense. However, if a spider or something is on me, I don't care how little I'm normally not scared of them. I will be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I will be paranoid for the next couple minutes while I think it's on me still.
I feel like if I looked around hard enough right now, there's probably a spider somewhere.
Anytime there's a
Oh,
spider.
dude. Yeah. So I was at work a week ago. This was when we had that hella busy day.
Mhm.
So basically, I told you guys I was ranting about this a while ago, but for the viewers, we had an order of 200 pizzas. 200 for one order. The total cost was $1,246-ish dollars, and they tipped $20 for 4 delivery drivers.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
fucked.
already that order sucks, right?
I had a similar thing happen to me before.
Yeah. Well, I was standing and I had my hand on the table, and I was counting out the pizzas. Like, okay, we have 10 of this, 50 of this, and like making sure we had all the right ones. When I feel something on my shoulder, and I look down, and there was a spider about this big on my arm, sprinting down my arm. It went down onto the table, down to the cutting board side where they were cutting the pizzas, disappeared. No idea where it went. All I know is a giant spider was on me at some point. Don't know how it got there, and it ran down my arm. Paranoid for the rest of my shift.
I don't think I want to eat there
We
anymore.
never saw it again.
Yeah, I think
What
that
the
spider
fuck?
ended up in a pizza.
I had a
No.
similar thing where I delivered pizzas at a local pizzeria place, and across the street, like from the plaza, there's a church, and they used to do like a, I don't know,
Sacrifice
fair.
things.
Yeah. And I remember I delivered pizza one. It was like a fuck ton, like 200 or something like that, you know. And they did not fucking tip. I
Yeah.
was like, "Are you fucking?"
Okay,
Yeah.
but do you expect it? Do you expect a church to tip? Like really though? Like I think if
Yes,
anybody's
they don't
gonna
get
not
fucking
tip,
taxed.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
expect them to tip.
You got some extra money
If the
lying
church
around, bro.
don't
Yeah.
tip, they get
but they're not
crucified.
gonna like give that to you either. You know what I mean? they like keeping that non-tax money.
That's bullshit.
No. Bro, I swear that's the worst thing to me is like there's a church here that I've done sound work for, and they have like $100,000 console. I'm like, man, you know how many homeless people you could have fed? It's like a small church. They would be fine with a $1,500 sound console, but they went 100 times what they needed. It doesn't sound that much better in their shitty little strip mall church, and a bunch of homeless people don't have food now.
It was probably a fucking huge ass tax write off, bro.
That's what it is, but it's also partially greed. It's like, oh, I can't, like, you're up on stage preaching about how there's so many homeless people and how people have to give, and you have just
And then they ask for
millions of
they bring the
dollars.
bucket around and
Yes,
ask
they bring
everybody
the
to put
fucking bucket around, and there's a donations bucket at the door because fuck you, give us money.
I'll give you my change. That's all you get.
You
Just
get
'cause
my,
it'll end up
I'll
in
just
the
nut at
trash.
I'll just nut in the bucket. I don't even fucking care, man.
Yeah, you get one. Oh my god,
Alright.
dude. Yeah. Fucking. The world's wild, man. How the fuck do churches get away with that? Hold on. Run it back.
No.
Why are they not taxed? Like, I don't believe in that religion, so why don't
Yeah.
they get taxed?
Well, you see,
Shout out to the
I was
they
people
thinking
don't
that
in
about
other
this.
countries, but
My friend recently worked like 60 hours or something. He's a host at a restaurant or whatever, and he only got paid like he's in Tennessee.
Oh.
And I don't know what the fucking minimum wage is. It's horrible though. It's not
It's
like
like
nice.
$9.
It's like it's like
less.
$9. He got paid like $450 or something like after taxes. It was like ridiculous. It was like
Ew.
yeah, but it got me thinking like what the fuck? Like I know they use their taxes, you know.
by the way,
to run the
minimum wage in
government and stuff,
Tennessee
but,
is
like,
$7.25.
Me personally, besides roads, and I guess schools are, I guess, technically funded by taxes, I guess, right?
Yep,
But
there.
like up until like I was basically when I started maybe unemployment recently, I never used a government funded like program. I never fucking took anything from
Okay.
besides like
But
using
that's
roads.
not necessarily true. Like anytime you've ever checked the weather on your phone, those are NASA readings that they then give
I
publicly.
never checked the fuck. Like I don't give a fuck.
You have
like,
looked
I
at
could
the
live
weather.
without that,
Like
though.
the point. Yeah, no, I mean sure, but like it makes sense to fund government programs, and the waste in the government isn't going
And
to
it's not
programs like NASA.
dude,
It's going to
NASA gets
everywhere
nothing.
else.
NASA gets
Exactly.
nothing.
So there's no point in cutting that.
NASA
grand
gets
scheme of things,
nothing
yeah.
when it comes to funding. It's actually ridiculous. The amount of funding NASA gets is like
Yeah.
it's super low.
It's literally like, yeah, it's
Well,
real
yeah,
fucking low.
until we find aliens, and then NASA's
Nah, even
budget's like the
that.
defense budget.
When do you think they're announcing that they're here?
I think we already have aliens.
No, we 100% do.
Yeah.
We just like, when is the government gonna come out and be like, all right, guys, don't panic, but we know.
Fellas,
Wait,
Like,
hold on.
They're out there.
Weren't there theories about fiber optic being from like originating from the crash at Roswell, and then they like reverse engineered that shit? I'm 99%
I don't even
sure
know
I
if
remember reading that.
I mean, that's possible, I guess, but
Bro, there's this dude who you go on. I'm gonna Google
Yeah.
this.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not
Because people
gonna
need to hear about this.
confirm nor deny whether or not aliens are real, but I will say, mathematically,
Wait, hold on,
Mathem-
Parker.
No, 'cause
Well,
Parker
why
is an
you-
alien.
You're the
Because
person-
Parker's the alien.
You're the person that would confirm or deny it. Like, the U.S. government's gonna come out with an announcement. It's gonna be Parker. He's like, all right, guys, I'm
yeah,
the fucking
Parker's
expert.
actually the press secretary now. He just got a promotion. So.
Parker's actually the head director at the.
hold up. Let me
Space
just pull a
Force.
little Men in Black. Guys, look into this really quick. Thank you very much.
Fuck you, Parker.
No, I was gonna say, mathematically speaking, like, there's no way that there's not life on another.
Oh yeah, there's no way we're alone.
Like-
I just mean like there are probably aliens here on Earth or around us close or in the.
Hey, yo,
grand scheme
I
of
wanna
things,
meet an alien.
Listen,
I mean,
I feel like if they were here, and when I say here, I mean here and alive,
yeah.
I feel like there's no way the government could keep that under wraps.
No, I agree.
Unless-
I agree.
unless-
I think
unless
the
they
same
went
thing about the
directly
moon
to
landing.
the
No, they're really
government.
good at keeping secrets, depending on what it is.
like okay, but like think about the amount of people that would entail. Same thing with like faking the moon landing. That
Yeah,
would
so-
require so many fucking people to keep the same lie. That wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
That's just not
You think-
possible.
This guy, bro. This guy, Bob Lazar. Sorry, I found him.
Bob Lasagna.
Bubbles on.
Lazar,
Laz-
Bob
Bobby
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
His name's Bob Lazar. This dude comes out with this wild story. You have to. He was on Joe Rogan podcast. There's like a documentary
Oh, boy.
about him.
Oh, if he's on
I'm
Joe
not a
Rogan,
big-
he's
okay,
reputable.
To be fair,
man,
I'm not
let
a
me
big
tell
Joe
you.
Rogan. Like, I don't listen to a lot of Joe Rogan podcasts. Someone
dudes have
recommended me
muscles.
this specific episode. I don't watch every fucking Joe Rogan podcast. I only watch like
Yeah.
the Elon
I bet
Musk
you
one and the
fucking-
fucking.
Yeah, the Kanye one. That was
Dear
pretty good.
jerky,
Yeah,
you
I didn't watch the
motherfucker.
Kanye one.
Really, it's funny because Kanye just talks the whole time. It's
Oh, sounds like
Kanye
Joe-
is the
Joe
host
didn't
of
do
that.
anything.
Yeah, no,
Anyways.
he just was there.
This dude, his name's Robert Lazar. He is a. People are calling him a conspiracy theorist, but this guy is like the thing is that all his claims that he's made are coming out later as true. That's why he's kind of like a little bit different, because all the shit that he was saying like a couple like in the 70s and stuff, it all was like actually fucking true. And people are like, oh, maybe this guy wasn't fucking lying. But basically what he said is he was a basically he helped reverse engineer basically like at Area 51 they had UFOs, and he got hired or whatever by the government to basically go there and reverse engineer. And I forget exactly what he worked on. It was something to do with basically push, like how are the UFOs
Propulsion?
moving? Yeah, like proportion and shit like that,
Propulsion.
or
Propulsion.
propulsion. That was kind of his job. There's other people. There's like a bunch of teams because they don't want. He basically kind of explained like each team kind of works on something different because they don't want everybody to have all the knowledge about the thing so they could leak it out. So they basically kind of keep you contained. And he talks about how I can't remember the exact things that he said, but basically how they moved and stuff, and it's just kind of crazy, like all these. And then he basically got like the government like fucked him basically because he came out with this stuff. I forget why exactly, because
Did he get assassinated?
No,
no.
In
They
1990,
ruined his life though.
in 1990, he was arrested for prostitution. He was arrested
Yeah,
for
that was
aiding and
a
abetting
weird
a
thing.
prostitution ring. And then also in 2006, Lazar and his wife Joy White were charged with violating the Federal Hazardous Substances Act for shipping research chemicals across state lines, which is also a felony.
Oh, so
Either
they
way,
just faked all this
they're like-
shit.
Nah. So
Oh,
he
no, he
talks
actually
about
did it?
like
He did that. Yeah.
he talks about things like element 115, which was like something that they didn't know about like in the 80s or 70s or whatever. But we later found out about element 115. He talks about basically the movement and how they move and stuff, and then they got UFO footage later by more recently by a jet,
Wasn't
like a fighter pilot who basically he caught it on camera, and
Wasn't
then
there
it's moving.
supposed footage of UFOs that got like declassified or something?
Yeah, recently
Yeah, a bunch of
I
stuff
read
came
that.
out recently.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought I heard about that.
But like at the same time, I don't know. Some of those are very clearly not UFOs. Some of them are. They're bridging the line.
Yeah.
I
They
feel like
changed the name of UFOs. You know that?
Yeah,
I forget what it's
they're,
called now.
Not unidentified flying objects. They are now fucking.
foreign objects, FOs.
Yeah, something like that. Seriously.
Bro, if you throw me hard enough, I'll be a foreign object.
Yeah, that's true. UAPs.
Wee.
Wait, hold on. They're calling them UAPs? I refuse to believe that. Hold on.
They calling them the WAPs, yo.
WAPs.
UAP?
WAP.
Weird ass plane.
Unexplained aerial phenomenon. Yeah, no, fuck that. They're still UFOs.
Nah.
What the fuck? Yo, flying squirrels are
UAE?
fucking
Is that-
unexplained.
yeah.
I mean,
No,
weird
that is the
phenomenon.
United Arab Emirates, Logan.
Oh, UAF. What was it?
UAE.
UAP.
UAP.
UAE is once again United Arab Emirates. Yeah.
If you've ever seen
Yeah.
an airplane release their shoot, what's it
Agent
called?
Orange.
No, but funny. It's the blue liquid that typically has all the piss and shit in it
Oh yeah, of course.
from the toilets,
Mhm.
because airplanes have their own like toilet system. Oftentimes they're known to have either accidentally or on purpose released that from the air. That's gonna be the next UAP. You just look up, you're
Okay.
like, "What's this?"
It's covered in
Oh, that's
piss.
gross. My
So-
friend is in the Navy and he's deployed right now, and he was telling me like they throw everything in the ocean. The U.S. Navy
I
does not
believe
give a
it.
single fuck.
Yeah, no, that
They
sounds about
throw
right.
all their trash in the ocean.
Ew, what the
I believe
fuck?
it. I believe it, honestly.
100%. They don't give a fuck. If there's trash, bro, they just throw it right over the edge. Don't give a fuck.
Dude,
This is America's water. This is America's trash.
Dude, I was driving through like this very sketchy part of the town, and I see this fire going on in like this person's backyard. And I'm sitting there wondering, because everybody else has their trash cans out by the curb, and I just see a fire going on, and it smells like awful. And
It's
I'm like-
probably plastic fire.
Yeah, I'm like looking over, and then there's
You
like
burning
burning his
garbage?
trash?
yeah, there's a dude
really?
taking shit from the dumpster and putting it in the
Oh.
fire. I'm like, what the fuck?
Why would you do that?
I'm like, this primitive ass motherfucker, yo.
Yeah. Don't want to pay
wait
for
to
garbage
hear that he has
pickup.
cancer like
But like,
5
I
years
didn't even
later.
have to look
Yeah,
hard
for real.
because their fence was all beat up, and there was like half of it was missing, so I could just see the entire backyard. Is that even legal? You can't burn
No,
your
you
trash.
cannot burn trash.
is
Burning
not.
trash
That
is
is-
very illegal.
It's so dumb.
I mean, yeah, if you don't want to pay for trash pickup, I guess. Still a little
But-
iffy, but whatever.
Oh, hold on. Paying for trash pickup surely costs less.
It does not
Then-
cost a lot.
No, costs less than taking your trash to the dump by yourself every week?
That's
every, like,
true.
5
yeah,
days.
but burning it's quick, efficient.
The
You can roast hot dogs.
Time cost.
No,
and
it
everything.
probably costs a lot. You need
You can roast hot dogs.
because not all the shit in your trash can is flammable. You're gonna have to for sure be pouring gasoline
No,
on
you
there.
can try. I feel
You
like
think?
what you have in there, like, if I
guess you
said
get
that
a bunch of
if I
paper
just
towels.
stopped like separating my recyclables, a lot of the stuff I recycle is cardboard anyway. That will perpetuate the flames long enough to burn the shit that's not flammable. I think.
Fair
I would
enough.
guess.
Now I think about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Plastic melts pretty quick.
Yeah, and like metal is the only thing that'd be an issue, but you can just you can just literally go to anywhere and do that. You're bringing less in that sense. Oh,
I
it's
got a
just
story. I burned
from-
a fuck ton of trash when I was in Afghanistan. And
yeah.
I remember one time I didn't wear a mask or anything, I definitely should have because I remember I went out there and I came back and I remember I walked in my room and I had this awful headache because I'd been working all day in the sun. I was like breathing in dust but what I didn't realize was it was the fumes.
Yeah.
Because we were burning batteries.
Oh
And
shit! That is very illegal.
Can't you get cancer? Or some
in the
shit?
U.S.? That'd be very illegal.
100%. I definitely am gonna get cancer in like 10 years from now.
Yeah.
But I remember just fucking going into my room and I just remember laying down. But like the way I lay down, it was like I lay down like half on my mattress, like half on the ground.
I've done that.
And I just passed out. And I woke up like a couple hours later, like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Burning
what?
trash.
Burning batteries? Like Duracell batteries?
Car batteries.
Radio batteries.
Like D style
lithium-ion
batteries are
batteries?
scary.
Wait, there's, like,
Yeah.
why are you burning them?
Getting rid of everything.
Yeah. By the way, I looked it up.
It's
It's $20 to $80 a month for trash pickup. I can see him not wanting to pay that. Burning is
Bro,
still a
like-
dumb
No,
solution.
no, it's
Go
kinda
with a
ridiculous.
medium
That is not
of
bad.
40.
No, it's
That's
kind of
Yeah,
not
ridiculous
still
because
not-
we're handing over the furnace, like the base to the Afghans and stuff.
Okay.
But they wanted us to burn everything. They didn't want to give them a single fucking thing. And I remember we had the rooms that they're kind of like shipping containers. They're called pillboxes, but it's the size of a shipping container. On the inside, it's like a fucking vinyl floor, like in a kitchen, and then
linoleum or whatever?
yeah, linoleum,
Oh,
and
it's
then like
awful.
it just is like this weird metal on the wall, and it has like its own AC, so it's kind of nice. Like it's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think
Gas
it'd be.
chamber.
What?
What?
Parker, hold on.
And then we had furniture, but it was like made, it was like just people who made like wood, like my like bed was made of like 2x4s, like my desk, my shelf, my bed, all made out of like 2x4s and like plywood.
Just bolted to the wall and shit?
No, just made with like screws and stuff, like
It was made
and
with
plywood
spare
and
parts,
2x4s.
not like.
But they wanted us to burn all this homemade, like handmade shit furniture. Like they didn't want them to have like a desk made out of 2x4s. It was
That's
like,
a little-
and you know how much fucking work we spent piling all like, dudes have been up and through this base for, years. We had like buildup of trash and like shit, like wood and years like of units coming in and out and in and out and them building shit and then us just fucking collecting all of it and burning it. It was just so much wasted manpower because we didn't want to give them legit trash. We didn't want to give them like broken fucking shit and trash and wood.
Yeah, it seems
That
like
sounds
such a
like a lot
time
of work.
waste. Yeah, that's such a burn of of like man hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, such a waste.
Yeah.
I mean, I could understand.
it's like a waste
maybe-
of furniture, but it's also a waste of man hours. That's like.
Yeah.
That's why I would.
I could see
probably pay for
burning
the
like
collection
radios
service.
and batteries to like, because who knows what kind of shit you can do with like a US radio, but like fucking desks and chairs.
That's just
All
burning
sensitive,
for
all the
burn.
sensitive stuff like that should get sent back.
Yeah.
But like all the bullshit, like desks, chairs,
That's so dumb. It's
printers,
just like
a lot of it is like handmade home. It was just they didn't want to give it anything to them, so we just burned everything. It was
yeah, it's
ridiculous.
kinda-
I mean, we obviously didn't burn everything, fucking. But yeah,
Fair enough. Can't rip every fucking stud out the wall.
yeah.
Try though. So like, were they like? I'm going back to the shipping container thing. Were they like corrugated metal like shipping containers, or were they like?
No, I forget. I don't know how to
corrugated,
explain
I guess,
it. It was like this. It was just like metal. It's just like I think what it is I think they put them in. I think they build them and put it in the shipping container, and then they ship them, and then they pull it out, and then they like connected together, kind of. It was actually kind of dope because you have a bunch of rooms, like basically facing each other, and like all the you'd all just be hanging out, right in front of your rooms. So it was kind of dope, and it's all shaded and stuff, which is nice.
Going back earlier to what we were talking about with like the like school buses and that sort of thing. There's another like sort of subsection of that with it's like people who just like make houses with alternative stuff.
Yeah,
And,
me and
shipping
Parker,
containers.
Parker's super into this, and so am
Yeah,
I.
yeah. Shipping
me and
containers.
Logan,
Fucking,
when we were hanging out one of these, like 3 a.m, we were just going over videos and YouTube channels and just talking
Mhm.
about tiny homes and
yeah, bro.
yeah.
Those
treehouse
are
homes
also
and
cool.
all that
Like,
stuff.
Shipping container houses are also pretty cool. There's like some like half underground, half above ground. There's one guy's like
Very-
a 3x3
very modular.
grid, very modular, and like you can do so much with them. It's
I think shipping container homes are great because you can recycle. There's a good material
Yeah.
and stuff. But the problem is like the it doesn't. It's very bad. It's like really bad for heat and
it's terrible
cold.
for yeah.
It's retains heat and it again doesn't fucking. Keep
Which
the
is
cold
why
out.
I see it being useful for a basement because if it's underground anyway, it doesn't really matter, and it's waterproof. Like I can see that
True.
being fine. But
Man, those tiny homes are really nice. But I'd rather have
like
probably like
space.
a. All right, if I had to pick between a tiny home, I want to ask you guys this: tiny home or like a bus reno? I'd for sure
Bus
take
reno.
the bus reno. Yeah.
every time. Because I mean,
It
tiny homes you can like
depends.
trailer them, but
I think it honestly depends on like what I'm doing in the future. Like
Yeah.
where I am is like
For
Yeah,
me,
being
the tiny
down-
home, I think the big benefit of the sorry Park, but I think the
There you
big
go.
benefit of the tiny home for me is the off-grid shit. You know, like the farm homestead idea that you can just fucking throw a quick couple shipping containers out in the woods, and then you can build a pretty good like off-grid homestead. That's why I think. But I wouldn't want to build like a tiny home like around the corner from a neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
some people do that. I mean, especially in large cities where like lot value is so
Well,
fucking
that I
expensive.
see is a benefit too.
Yeah. But like to that sort of thing, like I see school buses or like, bus conversions or whatever being a great alternative to both those things because you can bring them to the middle of nowhere, really, if you wanted to. Or you can have them on a street corner or in a vacant lot. And I
Yeah.
think the tiny house definition is like 100 to 400 feet or something, or 100 to 400 square feet or something like that. I think buses are 300. So like they fit pretty well into that tiny home size anyway.
I think it's just the general shape though. That's probably
It is a
The
long
general shape would be rough. I don't know. Maybe I for sure wouldn't do a full size bus. Maybe like a short bus.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like a full size bus would be kind of cool because the back could be like a bed. Like I wouldn't want it to go the hallway room style. I want it to be like just an open, almost
yeah,
studio
for
apartment
sure.
style. Well, some people do build in like walls. They make like rooms and shit. I'm like, well,
Ew,
that's-
no.
you're burning so much
Yeah.
space and it's so cramped in
I
every
want it to be
room.
like completely open, and then maybe
Yeah.
the back section be like curtained off for like a bedroom.
I think that
A lot
one
of
guy.
people do like the bed in the back and they have it like elevated so you can put shit underneath,
Yeah.
usually from the back where they store like bikes and all their extra like gear.
Yeah.
And then like from there it's usually bathroom and closet. And usually the bathroom's on one side and it's usually like combined or it's toilet and shower and then the closet and then it's the kitchen
Honestly,
open.
I'm not convinced I
area.
need a bathroom or want a bathroom. I think it'd take up too much space and like a gym membership, you get a shower anytime you want anyway.
I think a lot of people still
Like-
do the gym membership, but they just have it just in case. Like
That
not
makes sense.
just in case, but they don't use
Yeah.
it like every day. Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of people still like
Okay.
use.
on the topic of beds.
Mhm.
So you're given the choice between top or bottom bunk. What do you choose?
Oh,
Top bunk.
I
every
take
time.
top bunk.
yeah, top bunk.
Yeah,
I
Pretty
take top
consistent.
bunk because if it
I-
fails, at least I'm cool.
like my bed right now, loft bed, like right there.
Yep.
I don't know why it's much more comforting to sleep closer to the ceiling
Oh yeah.
than to be closer to the floor.
So
I think that's actually
I can't
developed.
think the like psychological reason.
I
other
can
than,
tell you
like,
right now,
it's so you have the
100%.
high ground.
No. If you go back to like olden times, you look at these old like I'm talking like fucking. We just came out of caveman times, like
Mhm.
medieval shit. How they built their houses out of hay and shit was they always slept up in the loft because the heat rises and then keeps them warm.
That makes sense.
So it's probably honestly like
That's
a
part of the reason. I think it would also be because it would be harder to be, like if like a lot of predators.
Yeah, I know. I think the
Wouldn't
high
be able
ground
to
advantage
get that
is
height.
more than just a joke. Like you can see more. Like you can see, you got a better visual of everything.
Well, yeah, fight the term fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I've been meaning to like try to find a way to raise my bed like 2 feet off the ground, or like the mattress is already like maybe 2 feet off the ground. I want it to be like 4 feet off the ground because like I'm in the basement and the windows are super high up, and I'd like to be able to like at least see out my window when I'm in the bed. But I think it'd be like a long or a hard process to get it to go. So 2 feet.
Have you tried just creating more space between the ground and your bed?
Well, yes, I have. I only got like a box spring that like. So it's a roller like for like metal roller system, and then the box spring, and then the mattress, and it's already like.
Damn, it's already kind of high.
It's already really fucking high, but it's still not high enough to see out the window.
It's not high enough.
No.
You know, running board to get into bed. Yeah, that would be the funniest fucking gag.
I mean,
Okay, Logan,
stairs?
I don't think I asked you this. We've all answered this before. Do you sleep naked, or do you sleep with clothes?
He sleeps on the floor.
I usually sleep preferably. I mean, I sleep naked a lot, but also honestly I sleep with clothes a lot too. Like it doesn't.
Do you prefer
It's just
one?
whatever. I honestly don't think I prefer one. The only thing I can't do is I can't do socks. I cannot sleep with socks on.
Who's gonna do
Who sleeps
that?
with socks on?
Bro, yeah,
Bro,
use some
people
weird.
do, dude.
No,
People
I
are
ref- no.
psychos.
I refuse to
Listen,
believe
hold on.
that.
In the winter, sometimes socks do be hidden.
No,
Like,
I
yeah,
have like
it-
3
it-
blankets in the winter
no.
anyway. Like
I will fucking. There's been very few nights in my entire life where I
my
can't keep my
feet go
feet
numb,
warm by wrapping them up.
If my feet go numb while I'm trying to fall asleep, too bad. I'm not wearing socks.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
like-
would rather just
Bro,
have
just put
frostbite
another
than wear
blanket down.
socks. to
Why
sleep.
do your it just they feel so gross when you wake up? And I don't know what the reason is, but when you wake up after wearing socks after sleeping, they just feel gross.
Are
Dude.
you just sweating
It's
in your
because you
socks,
sweat
bro?
in your socks.
If I'm
No.
putting on socks, I'm not gonna be sweating that night. I'm freezing if I'm putting on socks before I'm going to bed.
No, yeah. They just feel there's something that happens with socks and sleeping. It just doesn't work.
You know what
I mean, a
can't
lot of
stand
times
is
I would
when-
say I probably slept the most with just underwear on though.
Yeah, that's me.
I've done that kind of often, but like honestly, sleeping naked, I've found to like it.
Sleeping naked's the
better.
best when you're like drunk and you're masturbating, and then you just clean up and fucking pass out.
Yeah, you pass out a bunch of cum on your hands. Like,
Yeah, but it passes. It's all up on you. You just pass like you just like come and you just pass out.
fucking
No clean up.
swimming pool in your fucking belly button.
Oh,
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I sleep with boxers on. Recently, I've been sleeping with boxers and pants just because it's getting a little chilly.
oh yeah.
You know what's the
Yeah.
worst is when it's hot enough to where you could sleep naked and then also not have a blanket and still be hot.
Okay,
Doesn't
I-
get that hot here.
I don't know if it's just me. I fucking love it if my room is like completely freezing and I just have 3 blankets on.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
I
very much
have my
so.
fan running at full speed, even like dead of winter, because I love having it be like super cold and I'm just warm under the blankets.
That's nice, but if I don't get warm under the blanket, then I'm pissed.
Yeah, but I'll like
Yeah.
literally stack blankets on top of it. I have like 3
My
very
thing
heavy
is,
blankets.
I have to sleep in a very specific way. I need like exactly 5 pillows. I need
Yeah.
2 blankets. One's heavier, one's lighter. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I need
Yeah.
a pillow
No,
between my
I'm the
legs,
same
one
way.
to grab. I need 2, like, for my head, and one kind of for the back. And I'm sleeping on my side, so I'm almost being
Yep.
cradled by pillows.
So
Then
I
I
do
have a
that.
blanket
You just need the
over
touch
me.
of another person,
It
man.
is tucked
Yeah.
under, and then there's a lighter blanket because I like to sleep with the blanket up in
You
the
just
armpit.
need to be the little
The
spoon.
lighter blanket is above the arm because then the arm gets cold, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. That
What the fuck?
the whole temperature thing. That's the same premise as when you walk outside when you like first get up and the sun feels really good, and then after 10 minutes, once your internal temperature's heated up and
Yeah, it
you know
just feels
then it
cold.
starts to just feel uncomfortable. It's the same exact thing. It's like it feels so great until you're warm,
Yeah.
and then you're
It's
like, no
like-
thank you.
Dude, oh fuck. Man, you guys fucking I sleep alright, so I sleep on my back and I do the same thing as you, Logan. I like the fucking pillow cradle. I have
Yep.
like a big body pillow, so it's like between
Yeah, I need
both
to
my
get one of those.
it's
I have a
between
body
my
pillow
legs
length
and
pillow.
between my arms. So I'm just like fucking
Call it body
cradling
pillow.
that shit.
See,
But-
I have a big pillow like that, but I only use it like when I'm just chilling on like a couch or something, and I need something to put my arm on, like to
Dude,
lean
it's
to the
so
side.
great if you're like
That's
laying on your
comfortable.
side, you put it between your like thighs and then
Yeah.
just hug it. It's so great.
Mhm.
It is
Body pillow, one of the greatest sleep purchases I've ever
not a
bought.
body pillow. It is a body length pillow that has nothing on it for me. But you know, that's whatever.
That is literally called a body
That is a
pillow.
No,
body
you're
pillow.
wrong. Nope.
You're thinking of the weeb shit.
Yes,
That's a daifuku.
I'm associate. I hate that you know
That's
that.
I don't think it's
Don't-
that either. It's Dakimakura, I'm pretty sure.
Don't like that
Never
you're
mind, that's the
correcting them
cover,
either.
that's the
You
cover.
know, like it's.
Never mind, that's just the cover.
The point is, I don't like the connotation that body pillow brings. It's a body length pillow.
I'm completely wrong.
I'm pretty sure I'm
Small
right.
round mochi stuff, sweet filling. My daifuku is a sweet bun.
Dakimakura. I'm pretty sure it's body
Bro,
pillow,
bro.
like the weed body pillow.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Fuck.
No.
So how do you guys sleep, yo? Everybody who's a back sleeper in here? Who sleeps on their back?
I wake up on my
Greg?
back, but I always fall asleep on my side.
I refuse to believe that. Besides Greg, who is old, and sleeps like he's old.
Dude, it's
That people
so
like
funny
sleeping on
how
their
Greg
back.
sleeps. He just sleeps like this.
We
On
talked about
his
this last
back.
episode.
He is the sleeping beauty.
Dude, he sleeps like a fucking person at a funeral in the coffin.
No
What?
way. He sleeps like with his arms crossed.
Yeah, he sleeps
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, apparently.
Or dude,
Three nights he fell asleep
dude,
like this.
the one night he fell asleep like this with his hands out, like just.
That's
on
such
his
an old
back.
person. I said this last episode too, but that's such an old person way to sleep.
I have a friend. This is actually kind of crazy. I had a friend when he was like a young child. His dad told him to like go like this while he was like trying to go to sleep, to like give him something to do, to like lay in bed and move. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So now whenever he goes to sleep, he's rocking his fucking head as he's trying to go to sleep
What the fuck?
Dude,
because he's been
Hey, if
doing
it
it his whole
works.
life. He thought that's what you're supposed to do. Is every time he's going to sleep, he's just like, and he says it's caused a problem with like his girlfriend and shit.
I believe
Oh
it.
yeah.
I'd believe
He's like,
it.
I
I
can't
found
go to
the-
sleep, but I can. That's how I gotta go to sleep. He's like, I don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
I found the best way to fall asleep quickly is to
Xanax.
start. Well, yes, that also helps.
Just interject with
well,
random
yeah,
shit.
I take it. I'm out immediately anyway. But like, no, if you just start thinking random words that have no association with each other, I pass out in like a minute. I start. I just go like, fuck it, apple, lamp, skateboard, guitar, fucking PS4 controller. I'm out.
You know what? I have a weird thing where if I'm really tired, I'll have like a train of thought, and it'll like when I catch myself thinking, it'll just be like this mumbled mess, and I'll have like these like
Yeah.
words.
I'll do that.
And-
And they don't make sentences. They're individual words. Yeah.
But it's like as I'm like I'll be awake and I'll know I'm like about to pass out when I'm like
same thing.
I come to at a sentence and I'm thinking like orange spoon, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I thinking about?
Yeah, if you catch yourself right before and then you like completely blank out of that and you're like, what?
Yeah.
But you know, part of the reason for that is the same way that like dreams are a thing,
Mhm.
where a lot of dreams are fragments of either your day or your week or whatever. Like that's typically how dreams are formed, which is, you know, you're starting the process of falling asleep, going into the dream.
Yeah.
You're creating the fragments before it happens.
And
That-
you guys have trouble? I'm asleep. Do any of you guys have trouble like sleep talking or s- like that?
I have trouble staying asleep.
I sleep talk
Or phones.
apparently. I don't
I've-
know this, but people have told me, and people have recorded me. And I
I've been
guess that-
told. Yeah.
Yeah. The funniest thing I've said so far from what someone told me is I woke up kind of. I like kind of got up and I was like, fuck that Nazi shit. And I went back to sleep. That's a true story.
My buddy, his brother would always fuck with him when he was asleep because he would be known for like sleepwalking, actually getting up and going places and stuff.
That's crazy.
And so like he started getting it under control, but his brother would command him to do things when he was asleep, and he'd be like,
Would he listen?
"Hey, yeah." like
Alright.
it would be the middle of the night, and he would just lean over,
that's
like, because
sus.
they had bunk beds, right? So he would lean over and you'd go, "Hey, yo, Mason, scoot over," and he'd be asleep. He'd just go and just do shit like that. It's like that would be the greatest thing.
My thing is so if you wake me up when I'm like mid sleeping, I'll wake up and I'll look at you, eyes open, and I'll talk to you. Like I can have a whole conversation with you. I'll go back to sleep. I wake
won't
up,
remember it.
don't remember it.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
At
It's
all.
great.
I
Yeah.
do that, but apparently mine is really bad. People
I
have
will
told me
have
I've
full
had like
conversations and just
Yeah.
Yeah, you've held up a fucking Chick-fil-A after fucking passing out and you're in the drive-through.
We
yeah.
all do that, but it'll be more like I just forgot what I talked about. Not that I've up until someone reminds me.
I'll forget that
No,
the conversation
I
I
happened.
won't
Mine's
fully forget
complete.
it.
Yeah.
Mine's horrible. I've
Yeah.
I've had conversations with my parents, like work, people, my friends and shit. They've talked to me, and then I wake up and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?" And he's like, "Dude, we talked about it." I was like, "When?" He's like, "When you woke up." I was like, "When?"
Yeah, don't look
Yeah.
off.
When I was in middle school, I had a couple buddies sleep over, and they were trying to fuck with me with like warm water. So I'm like passed out with my hand like
Dude, I've done
off
that
the bed.
multiple times. It's never worked.
Yeah, so like they like put my hand in it, and like I woke up and I fucking like just hit the bowl upwards on them because like I felt my hand. I was like, oh okay,
they're
just
fucking
fucking
with me.
smacked it from the other way.
Oh my!
I was like, what the fuck? Trying to make me piss myself, bastards.
I feel like I've done that
Here.
to like I've seen it happen, or I've been a part of the group that was doing it like multiple times. I've never gotten
I don't
anyone
think
to
it's
piss
ever worked.
themselves.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think it actually works.
I don't think it works.
But you know it does work.
We could have tested it though, maybe one time.
You know
Yeah,
it does
we
work
can
test
test
though?
it.
it in Cali.
Yeah, during Cali trip, we'll
yeah,
do.
yeah, we'll do it to
confirmation.
whoever falls asleep from being too fucked up first.
Yep,
Booze or weed doesn't matter. Just
it'll be Greg.
One
Greg
time-
or
one time
Isaiah.
It'll be Greg.
One
It'll
time
go
I
Isaiah.
thought one time I was on acid and I thought I pissed myself, but I actually just spilled my drink. But my friend convinced me I pissed myself.
nice.
The phantom piss.
Okay, K Dog, what works? I'm curious.
What works? Going to twitter.com/thebullzone, where you can follow us there. And other things, because we have to wrap this episode up because we're already over time. That's
are
what I
we?
was trying to get at. Yeah, a little bit. I didn't realize
Oh,
until just
shit.
now because we've been having such a great conversation. I didn't even realize what time it was.
Free
Alright.
form, free
Well,
vibes.
Free vibes,
I guess I'll
free
just
form.
send us off. Thank you guys for watching this
Yeah.
episode of the Bool Zone. I would like to thank my lovely, lovely friends here, Kieran, Logan, and Parker. You know, I enjoyed your company. Thanks. I don't know why I'm saying thanks, but thanks for coming and
No,
hanging
thanks
out.
for coming. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, it is an hour that you all didn't have to take, so thank you.
yeah.
Very much.
So, take care and see you guys later.
Adios.
Yeesh.